We oh, ha ha. What a day. What a freaking week. Can I just, yeah, Beetle, we need this. Holy heck. Does anybody else feel like there's like, ugh, like they just can't shower enough? So, I met, yay, Mo. I met Charlie Kirk. Yeah, gotta come in hot the right way. So, back in 2020, when COVID shut everybody down, my husband and I, we decided to shut our gym for 2 weeks. You know, the first initial, like, what is happening type thing. We didn't know what was going on. So we wanted to do the right thing and shut down. So we did. And then we started noticing, we should stay open. We're gonna benefit people staying open more so than closed. We're gonna help people survive more so than die, right? So we stayed open. A lot of people hated on us. Huge ordeal, went to court, and was held in contempt for over $625,000. Yay! And then, so we lost that. But in the interim, we met some really cool people. And one of them is Pastor Rob McCoy of God Speak in Thousand Oaks, who also stayed open. He kept the church open. So he was like the only place that we could go. And so we met Rob McCoy. Turns out Rob McCoy meets Charlie Kirk, because Charlie is starting to come out about, you know, how young people should vote and be more aware and, you know, emphasizing Christian beliefs. And I know not everyone agrees with what he says. I get it. But he was a huge advocate for us in staying open and fighting for our rights. Because, like I said, we were being pursued by the DA saying that we were murdering people, which we weren't. But anyway, so I started a coalition of businesses when this all happened. We were called Brave, and businesses representing American values and ethics. And we ended up having Charlie Kirk speak there. And this was before anybody, no, I didn't start a cult, Tyrone, no. But this was before anybody really knew who Charlie Kirk was. And he spoke there, and it was so cool to hear someone so young, because he was in his 20s, okay? But it was so cool to hear someone so young, so on fire for God, so on fire for, like, everyone having equal rights in America. Like, it was for having young kids getting involved in politics. I don't know if it was the Jews, Tyrone. And my husband, yeah, was raised Jewish. And I didn't get a phone call saying that's what they were planning, so just kidding. That's funny though. No. Do I think that someone hired him? So let's be honest. This 22-year-old pipsqueak looks like he weighs as much as the gun is toting that thing around. No, Tyrone, totally think it's suspicious that this little kid young, immature, planned all this out, and like basically got away with it until he turns himself in because his parents recognized him. I do think there's more individuals involved. And I wouldn't be surprised if tying it in with 9/11, sure, it's meant to create terror. So why not put it next to another terror event? But I don't know if you can say like Jews did it. No, I don't think. I think that's a stretch. But I do think someone else is involved. And whether it's Santa Claus or whoever, all I know is this has woken a giant. Like, I am seeing people that didn't like him coming together with people that did, because they all know how messed up this is. Or he just had an, or he just had an evil heart. I just don't know. Like, that age, I mean, I don't think he had any military training. He was a hunting rifle, right? So maybe he was a hunter, and that's where his experience came from. But remember, he's like tiny. I mean, I would break him. If I like stood next to him and went like this, he'd go. Nah, never forget Charlie. And you know what? This made a million Charlies, right? And even, like I said, people that didn't like Charlie are coming arms in arms with people that did. So, you know, I don't know. It gives me chills. It makes me sick. I was literally sick these last 2 days. And all I could do, I couldn't go live. All I could do was watch. Like, anything. And you know what's weird? Is all I wanted to see was the family, because I just wanted to hug them. And I knew I couldn't because I knew I wasn't close, and I got like crazy eyes saying that. But like, oh, my heart. Like, for them, those babies, his wife. That, like, I mean, I'm sure we all hugged our kids a little bit more. But holy hell. Oh, those poor babies. And they were there, right? Wait, am I right? I don't know. I don't know if that's right. But I heard they were there. Yeah, they made a huge mistake, Tyrone. I totally agree. Totally agree. But see, that's the thing with Satan. He will have all these evil plans, and God will make this out to be good. Somehow, some way, he will make this tragic thing be bigger. He's gonna make Charlie bigger because of it, and it sucks. I hate it, and I don't know how to explain it. In fact, when I was driving back from Vegas, my girlfriend, who does not believe in God, asked me like the hardest question. So she's a NICU nurse, and she sees babies that did nothing wrong suffer for no reason and die. And she's like, Lindsay, so if God's real, why do babies suffer? Why do babies die? Like, sure, give me the home run of all questions that everyone wishes they could answer, but like, can't. And so then this happens, and I'm just thinking, it all ends up somehow for his glory, you know? Like, this, Charlie will be bigger, his message will go farther, he will impact more people, he's changed more hearts just in what he sacrificed and what his family sacrificed to speak, which we all should be able to speak, right? But he sacrificed, and now his message is 10 times louder. And I wish that didn't have to be the case. And this is how I explained it to my girlfriend. Hey, alien. How I explained it to my girlfriend is we wouldn't know the extent of God's love and God's amazing capability to transform a tragedy into triumph if we didn't have free will. And free will means, I know, and don't kill Charlie. I know. We have, where was I going? Because of free will, we have evil, right? Because that's not love. And God wants us to choose him and love him, right? So in that free choice, you have right choices and wrong choices on a spectrum, obviously, because life is not black and white. But this is why I love that book, Mere Christianity, is the way he tried to disprove God's existence. He actually proved to himself God's existence, C.S. Lewis. And one of the ways that he starts out is like, forget religion, forget God, forget Satan, forget Christianity, forget all that stuff. And he's like, do you believe in good and evil, right? And so I think most of us, especially ones that don't believe that there's a God, would say, yeah, there's a lot of evil. That's why I don't believe in God. Or like, babies die, and they shouldn't, because they don't kill Charlie. You know, like, or like this guy, clearly evil. No one should be shot like that. Their life ended like that. Not even shot, just their life ended for what they believe. But, so if there's good and evil, a spectrum, right? Really evil, like Mo was saying, and then really good, then there's an end. There's an absolute. If you have a spectrum, you have an absolute. And to me, this was like, pew, part of the proof God does exist, and so does Satan. Adrenochrome. So I've heard about that, right? So where they use the most, like the youngest blood you can and like consume it, and it gives you like a high or youth or something. It's basically, what's her name? On Rapunzel, the Disney movie, where she drinks that stuff to stay young. Just saying. Yeah, adrenochrome. I don't know who the biggest founders of it. Is it Bill Gates? No, adrenochrome is like, it's something in blood, pure blood. So obviously babies are less tainted, right? They have less, they're pure, right? So all your favorite actors and celebrities are Jews who changed their names. Maybe. But let's get off the Jew thing, Tyrone, for just a second, okay? Because we get it now. But show some proof. Go, you know what? Do this. Go join the Discord and put in all your searches. Sure, but yeah, you're making it lead back to them right now. So anyway, we're talking about how God does exist. Do you want to join? It's kind of fun. Oh no. Message hell for review. No, Tyrone. Tyrone. Stop. Stop. Tell me. Evidence that God exists. What's your evidence? Do you have any? Do you believe in God? Or you just don't like Jews? Which is it? Because clearly, we know one. But do you believe in God? Okay. Are you Christian? God exists. So what's your belief? Just that he exists? Are you a Christ follower? Why do you feel the need to say who you feel is behind everything. You believe in Jesus, okay, but are you a follower? Even demons and devils and Satan believes in Jesus and God. So what sets you apart? Not saying you're a demon, oh my God. But that was funny. No, what is your, Jesus was a Jew. It's all right though. Are you like, do you follow Christ? Do you go to church? Do you read a Bible? Do you share about God as much as you share about your hate for Jews? And scene. Exit left Tyrone, maybe? Who knows? We'll see. Careful though. My husband's a Jew. I'm a Jew by association. Just kidding. Oh, yes. Love thy neighbor. Amen to that. So anyway, no. Oh, the interesting things that we come across. Sometimes it's pedophiles. Sometimes it's that. Whew. You know what though? I won't lie. Like I got nervous starting this YouTube because of people like that want to come in and troll. Game on. Game on. I'll figure out what to say. And then they always exit. It's funny. So anyway, Mere Christianity was the book I love. And he explains how there is a God. One of the ways that he started realizing that there was a God was because he did believe in good and evil, a spectrum, which then means there has to be an absolute of good, an absolute of evil. Oh, good, Tyrone, you're still here. Okay, get your notepad. So if there's a good absolute and an evil absolute, then there must be a quote unquote God, right? I am, by association, born and raised Christian. I'm a Christ follower, but I got nothing against Jews. I got nothing against anybody. Now people that are evil, that I do. But I got a Glock and an AR-15 for that. So anyway, so there must be that was one of his ways of figuring out that there must be a God. And then he like dives into all these other elements of, okay, well then what differentiates the different religions, you know, from right, because if we all believe in a right and a wrong, how do we all have different, you know, moral compasses in a way? Like some societies believe it's okay for, you know, multiple wives, or some societies or like, you know, religions believe that Mary is the way to God. So then he breaks all that down, but it's really cool how he does it. So anyway, I recommend reading that book, especially if you're questioning God's existence, or you're atheist. He was in that boat, and he just helped really solidify a lot of my beliefs about God with that book. But anyway, there's nothing but love in here. Yep, I agree, Mo. Like when you blackmail our politicians and unalive them, and don't get mad at us for confronting you and calling us. I didn't kill anybody, Tyrone. Again, no Jewish newsletter went out and said we're gonna kill Charlie Kirk. Okay? I told you, if you were in here in the beginning, I love Charlie Kirk. I believed much of what he said. I believed in his movement, and I am sick to the core that somebody would assassinate him. So, you know, it's unfortunate that you think in such groups, but you're missing out on a lot of life that way. It's not 2017 where you can scream anti-Semitism after every true statement that is said to you? What? Show me proof. Show me proof. You know, I would also recommend, Tyrone, get your hormones tested, because I think you might be on the higher end of estrogen. Usually makes it hard for people to control their mouth. Oftentimes, man boobs, just assuming hair pattern baldness, things like that, back knee. Get it checked out, because a lot of times when people act out like this, it's because they're estrogen dominant. So we've talked about this in a live before. So if you want, I recommend checking out that live and seeing how to fix maybe some of the hormone detoxification. Yeah, moobs, exactly, Mo. Yeah, it's a big problem. Big problem. No, truth dominant, yeah. See, so being estrogen dominant too, oftentimes makes it hard to listen, makes it hard to focus, okay? That's why men, real men with testosterone, they can control this, and then oftentimes they don't have boobs like females. So, and don't, you know, go into the chat. If you feel castrated, that's fine. Yeah, God believed in circumcision. Some things you just gotta cut off more than others, right? Isn't that funny? Yeah, you probably had a lot to cut. I hope they didn't do all of it. Did they do all of it and that's why you hate Jews? Are you just, it's this? It's this, huh? I'm sorry, Tyrone. That explains, you know, that explains it. I would hate circumcision and all that fun stuff too. It's hard when I had to get my son circumcised. Yeah. This new world, I know. I know. Yes, ma'am, Mo. All right, we have 2 minutes left. We're almost done castrating Tyrone here. He'll heal up hopefully by tomorrow and be back for our next episode. Maybe we can detoxify some of that toxicity. Beetle. You know, it's oh, you know what? Tyrone, do you live in South Florida? Because it's more common there. Actually. That's why a lot of plastic surgery happens in that area. Yeah. See, Tyrone, you missed it. I'm not Jewish. But clean them. Clean them, honey. Clean them. Okay. All right, Tyrone. Tyrone loves them. That's why he keeps talking. You know what's funny too? Is it's like the little boys in kindergarten that push the girls they like. Watch, he'll be back. He can't help it. You should do a new emoji too. Spice it up. Spice it up. Otherwise you just look like you're using Chat GPT or something. And it's like, this guy only knows a few things. We don't want to give him away. So, yeah. New project. Okay, so we have 45 seconds. We had no bunks today, but we had a pretty funny live. Yeah, you probably don't want to meet Mike Jew in real life. His biceps probably the size of your head. But anyway. I don't know. Why are you following Jews into a bank, Tyrone? Why? You should stop stalking people. Go get a job. Go get a job. Go contribute to society. Put a smile on your face. Anti-truthist. Is that a word? Okay, well, we're done. I do have another cardio confessional later today, possibly lined up. Depends. But anyway, good luck, Tyrone, with that. Your life must be misery. So Mo, Beetle, thank you for being here. I love talking to you guys. We did need this. But you know what? Tyrone's like a laugh because it reminds me of like someone else we know. So, all right. Yeah, go touch the grass. Go get your feet grounded. Hopefully today, though, proves to be some better news. And hopefully Charlie's family has peace. So, all right, guys. Love you all. I'll see you on the flip side.